Hello guys, this is Miasha and today we are going to play a game called Apollo Justice is Attorney. So kita akan continue kita punya game. Aku tak nak cakap banyak, so let's go into it and don't talk too much. Oh okay, aku ingatkan aku salah save. Okay, serious competition. The game begins with 3,500 points in chip for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. Okay. The one who was winning was a victim. Okay. Press. You are telling me that Mr. Reich, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing?
Yeah, it must have been most unlucky day for him. I am glad I did not take other picture of him. It will break camera suddenly. These chips, they weren't always the victim size of table.
So you are telling us it was a one-sided game?
Yeah, one-sided. And
for last hand, defendant play with all chips on the table and lose. Last hand?
it was largest point of any hand. The defender's hand. It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hand are in this picture. Mana hand dia?
Where's the hand? You said it. There's a hand. I saw a leg, not the hand.
That is truly an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's. One with highest number wins, so defendant loses.
The victim, Mr. Smith, has a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next.
Once card lay down on the table, it happened.
The moment loose was decided, defendant grabbed the bottle and what happened next?
Even to take it now, I shake and tremble. I do not believe such thing will happen.
What such thing?
Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could I
What?
How could such thing occur?
What such thing? Macam bunyi nyamuk dah sekarang ni.
The defendant had been hitting the victim. I saw it all happen right before me. I saw bottle coming down on the victim's head.
Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor? My witness saw the very moment of the crime. Remember, your first goal is to gather information. Yes, sir. Look out, contradiction. Here comes Justice. And yes, his name is Justice. The game between waves, okay. House chip comes in two sizes, small and large. Okay. Aku tak tahu nak tanya macam mana tau. Hood. Kejap. I know something happened to. Okay, macam avatar. Photo of forehead had removed during investigation. Touch the check button for details. My badge. Okay, by single blow. Sub basement at the ball club. Touch the check button. Aku nak tanya apa? Check. Oh, aku boleh examine. Okay. Oh, what is that? Wow, the batteries are held with a piece of tape. He should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. For you. Mr. Right, why? Why this happened to you? Okay, kejap. Aku tanya daripada mula. Let's try to tanya daripada mula. Okay, press. Are those the usual starting point? Were any special rule uses?
No, not special. Usual game, usual rules.
If each man begin with 3,500 points, then the total will be exactly 7,000 points.
Please, this is not calculus. It's not even long division. Bro? Kenapa? Dia macam tak perhati tau. Partner aku dah lupa dah nama dia. Are the chip in this photo all the chips that were used?
Da, of course.
Something fishy with those chips. Should I press harder? Press kau. Press. Yeah, kita press harder. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips.
Explain? What is there to be explained?
Shut up!
Poker chips are poker chips. They are not fish and chips. Not a chip of the name. Now that I have pressed her, I did better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or apa ni? Rubles? Aku tak tahu macam nak sebut. Rubles? Even? Nyet. Aku rasa no kot dalam bahasa Russian. Sebab aku dah check dah dalam Google Translate. Dah tu maksudnya yes.
As I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip, 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip. It's not money, duh.
Justice. Sir, don't you find her comment interesting? In more way than one, sir. I'd have to add to her testimony myself.
Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony?
Of course, add it! I need it! Yes, I do think deserve for this. Aku dah lupa dah perkataan apa tu. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Very well, witness, if you will be so kind.
Da, Your Honor.
One kind of chip is worth 100 point. One kind of... Okay. Aku rasa aku kena buat kira-kira. Kita kat dalam atas meja ni ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 kecil. 6 okay, maksudnya ada 600. Yang besar ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ada 10 yang besar. So, 1,000. So, wait. Okay. Sekejap. Wait a minute. Okay. Begin with 3,500 point in chip for each man. No. Not present. Aku nak press lagi. Aku lupa. Are those the usual starting point? Were any special rule used? Not special. Okay. Each man begin with 3,500 points. Total will be... Oh shoot. Aku terlepas. Sekejap. 3,500 points. Aku kira-kira sendiri. Terlepas lagi. So ada 100, 6, 7. 7,000. But dalam meja ni ada 10,600. Okay. Aku punya partner macam tak... macam... Tu je. One kind of cheese is worth 100 point. The other kind is worth 1,000. Two kinds in all. Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why.
Mr. Justice, Do the card a favor and think of what you want to say about before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten.
Sorry, I'm fine. Any better things of something to ask? And quick! The two types of chip.
Da?
The small one are 100 and the big ones is 1000. Right? Right, of course. You play dumb lah. Aduh. Wait, aku malu lah dengan lawyer aku ni. Oh my god, I want another lawyer, please. Apollo. Please lah. Great, Mr. Kevin made me stop her and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Yeah. Oh, nama dia Christoph. Oh, Justice? Please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? Yes, you lah. There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands. What? It's a simple method of calculation. Go on, try it. You are not in kindergarten after all. Calculation? Betul lah! Weh, aku dah agak dah. So betul, aku kena buat calculation. I know it. Kejap. For last hand, defender play with all chip on the table and lose. The moment loss were decided. Kejap. Aku kena pastikan yang 7,000 tu memang No. Ni. Press sekali, aku dah lupa dah. Okay. Oh, dia tak bagi tahu. Mungkin aku rasa lah kan. Kalau betul lah, jumlah keseluruhannya ialah 7,000 dan each man ada 3,500. Dan macam nak cakap kalau aku tak tahu nak terangkan tau. Tapi aku pasti yang patutnya yang ni kan defendant and victims chip when crime took place. Okay. Ada something aku rasa ini apa yang aku fikir ni betul. Sebab kalau kita totalkan jumlah semua chips yang diorang ada, both orang, and patutnya kita ada 7,000 points. But after aku kira, I believe that the total of all points in this picture is 10,600. So there is a big contradiction in her testimony. So I hope I'm right. Let's pray for it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And kejap. Okay, aku salah tempat. Okay, ni. Oh my god. Wait. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, aku takut. Oh yes. Aku betul. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you are not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court?
Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big one, of course, duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Oh, so maksudnya yang kecil tu 1,000? Oh my god, no, don't tell me. Kejap, aku try kira dulu. Sebelah aku fikir. Say, kalau lah betul, yang kecil tu ialah 1,000 points. That means 6,000 campur dengan 10. Oh my god, it's true. So betul lah yang kecil tu yang 1000 points. And yang besar tu 100 points. Barulah total dia dapat 7000. Aha. So patutnya finish right yang menang. Right. Each man started with 3500 points in chips. And the combined total value of the chip was 7000 points.
Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1 carry the 5.
They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this poodle that allegedly show all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1000 points and the small chips are worth 100 and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself? You are not in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. Oh yes, aku kira betul. Weh, aku kira betul. Tak guna kalkulator tu. Yes lah. Ini tambah tolak je kot. Tak payah guna kalkulator. What a shame. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Starting point were wrong, chip counts were wrong, both were right. What? There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Starting point were wrong. Aku tak rasa starting point dia wrong. Dua-dua betul. Chip counts was wrong. Both were right. Aku rasa chips count was wrong. Sebab kita fikir yang big tu 1000. The odd thing here is the number of chips. Right, Mr. Gavin? Why are you asking me? Just in case? Justice. It's your case I'm concerned about. If you are wondering about the chips... Oh, fuck. Sorry. If you are wondering about the chips, just look at the photograph. It's all there. When our judge with his failing eyesight could count them. That's not the only thing failing the judge.
Let me ask you again.
Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Both were right. Both were right lah. Each man began with the game with 3500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in the photograph, kejap. 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 4500. 4100. Dan ni pula 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2900. So patutnya finish right yang menang. So how come diorang cakap yang the victim yang menang? Dalam gambar dah sedia ada dah weh. Oh wow. Wow. Finish right tak pernah kalah weh. Please lah. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can be only one answer.
Well, what is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1000 points, not the big ones. Madness! Utter madness!
Show me that the photograph of the chip again. There are 6 small chips and then 10 large chips.
Why? What does make 7000 points when you add up? Okay, aku dah mula dah. Susah. Aku dah mula dah tak boleh sebut. Sorry. Sekejap. Tarik nafas. Okay. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait! The value of the chip may be different, but it changed nothing.
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. No, walau judge dah fikir dah. Exactly. If the small chips are 1000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little mathematical calculation. Add up the points for each side of the table. Oh! The victim, Mr. Smith, has 2,900 points and the defender had 4,800 points. Well now, it seemed that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible! My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Yeah! Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the value of the chip. Since you were there at the scene of the crime. Oh, what? Weren't you? Ah. Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost this motive. And Mr. Wright supposed the defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness's testimony at... Huh? Huh? What? Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley? I didn't want to be saying this, but actually, you see,
See what, Miss Orley? What do we see?
in the last hand, there was cheat.
Huh? A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
wait, or do you mean a scam?
They are all the same thing.
Yes, there was a cheat in the last hand. That is why the game ends with cheat as they are.
Oh, great. Just great. First we have lying, now cheating, and then what? Well, this case certainly has taken a turn for the interesting.
Witness, do you please testify to the court? Tell us about this cheating in the final hand.
The final hand. Witness testimony.
Okay.
The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hand, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. There, the defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mrs. Smith.
Aku macam tak faham tau. Sebab aku fikir hand. Aku fikir tangan yang sebenar. But I'm sure it's not the real tangan yang dia maksudkan. So aku tak tahu macam mana nak press. Ya Allah, aku tak tahu poker.
Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover-up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. I mean.
A full house is a very high scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than Allah Akbar macam dah sebut. Scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin, what a full house. Lawyers this day, you don't know your poker? Well, aku ni orang baik, aku tak main gambling. I can say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret card poker ring? Justice, you know the terms one pair, two pair, and three pair, and three of a kind, yes? Yes, no problem. No, I have problem. I don't understand. Two cards with the same number makes a pair, and three makes a three of a kind. Good, now picture a hand with one pair and one three of a kind. That's a full house. Oh, that doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. Ahem. The defense may cross-examination the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Huh? Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Ja, aku serius tak faham doh macam mana ni. Macam mana aku nak cross-examine? The last hand, both men had full house. Okay, that's true. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. Okay. If you look at both men's hand, cheat is more obvious. Siapa yang cheat? Siapa yang cheat? How was it clear?
Well, the defendant, he played a fifth ace.
Fifth ace?
I still remember both hands very well.
Okay.
Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2.
Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony. Please. Okay. Smith's hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's have 2. It is 5 aces in all. A fifth ace.
Yeah, it should not exist, no? I still remember both hands very well.
Okay, dia dah tunjuk dah yang ni. Ya, aku tahu. So, ada card yang ni lah. Yang ni. Allah. Where did this card come from then? Perhaps we should ask the defendant that very question. Adding cards to a deck is not as serious a taboo then forging evidence in a court of law. Oi! Now, perhaps it's time for you to say something, Justice? You bet. I have no intention of staying quiet. Not me. No, sir. I'd better find some contradiction evidence fast. Aku tahu aku kena tunjuk tapi aku tak tahu. The next moment game became agreement. The defendant's trick was oi. The defendant's trick. Tapi kau cakap yang pada mula game je Ila. Siapa yang cheat? The victim sendiri. Do you recall what the men were arguing about?
Yeah, I believe so. The victim, he shouts, "You are cheater!" And then the defendant shouts something like, "I have objection."
Shouting objection, eh? Old habits are hard to break. Yeah, we can teach old dog new tricks. First he bluffed his way through the courtroom. Now he bluffed his way through life. Sorry, aku betulnya. Aku nak makan sekejap. However, Mr. Wright lost the hand. That seems to cast the shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith.
Humiliation from losing even when cheating. That is what set fire to defender's heart.
So what did the flaming defendant do next? He took bottle in his hand. The defendant's trick. Patutnya defenders lah kalah. Press. Aku tak tahu. By bottle, are you referring to this?
Yeah, the defendant uses this bottle to
This behavior is an admission of cheating by the defendant. But why use a grape juice bottle? You'll be surprised at what can be used as a weapon.
This juice is recommended drink of Bold Club. This year's vintage is remarkable for its hefty flavor.
Hefty enough to bring a grown man, apparently. First she says it was a serious competition. Now she says there was cheating. Justice, notice anything odd? Her testimony keeps changing. Now she says the defendant cheated. Actually, yes, I had noticed that. Let's get the truth about this cheating first, shall we? Right, leave it to me. Aku tahu, dia cakap defendant nak cheat. Tapi bila kita ingat balik, dia kata ada fifth card dekat victim. Tengok balik. Aku rasa yang ni lah yang aku kena tu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Objection. Oh yes, betul. It appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken? But my name.
Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. Alah, senang je. Dia cakap ada fifth, apa nama? Ace card Ada, aku cakap lah card A ni. Tapi tak ada card A dekat sini.
So, present!
Miss Orly, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you clearly see, the victim's hand only had 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the third aces in question. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going to right here in the courtroom.
Two aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating. I swear to you.
That's odd. She must be lying. Yeah, she is the most sincere I've seen her all day. You are right to trust your instinct. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne. Yes? The players' hands at that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the card be shown in the court.
Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's card or the defendant's card?
If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? View the victim's hand. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well. Receive evidence, victim's hand. Well, time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the dials on the evidence viewer. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Oh. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's card. The back is different color.
That's impossible. That I put that card in Rex's hands.
Huh? Pecah rahasia. What was that, Miss Orly?
No, and I merely said, that I have.
Your Honor,
Mr. Gavin, yes?
tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To cheat?
I will tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Ah! Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orly? She is the cheater. A professional, added Wager. Order! Order! Focus. Justice. Time to make an advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put that card on Mr. Rex's hand.
Ergo, Miss Olga only conspired to cheat not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What?
Wait, you don't mean the defense is not accusing the witness, Miss Olga Oli, are you?
Time for justice! There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright is not guilty, then that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Oli, of murder. Mana pinggannya? Hilang. Oh, wow. Perfect. Okay.
Mr. Payne? Where is your witness, Miss Olga Oli?
It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice?
Your Honor,
It seems you have presented a new possibility to the court. One suggests a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
and that means
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What? I did it. I held out. Yes, give me not guilty verdict.
I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Sape object. Oh, why? Wait, what? Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Thing, one of the cards has a different color bed. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objection right when you are about to get off the hook? Ridiculous!
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent
for the ridiculous. Wow! I will take that as compliment, okay? I will take that as compliment. Oh my.
Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night.
As was said before, they alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. The 2 decks at the club has different colored backs, blue and red. One color per deck. Why use different colored bags? If you use the same color, two decks might get mixed. You use different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game.
I see. But that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. And then one card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was a cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises two serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first questions, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are three broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course, it was swapped. Oh. It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it might not be. Ugh. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? Wow. Aku rasa impossible kalau during the murder. Dia swapped after the murder. But kalau before the murder pun okay juga. Tak tahulah. Oh, mungkin before the murder, macam waktu tu kita tak perasan. Like, waktu tu diorang memang main tak cheat lah. Maksudnya tak menipu. Semua main dengan adil. But after the murder, this specific killer, dia swap the card untuk tunjukkan yang Phoenix Wright ni sebenarnya cheating. Tapi sebenarnya dia salah tempat. Dia terpilih victims punya card. So aku rasa after the murder. Aku tak tahu. Aku main cakap je. Aku sebenarnya tak tahu ni poker ni macam mana. Still, perhaps it happened after the murder. What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Wow. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I will take silly over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly things in this world, but very little is impossible. Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color. If you pull that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah, quite true. That will means that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who will do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mystery before us. That there is another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? The killer! The game and the murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room. Alive, that is, the defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orley. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? I would say Olga Olive. No, someone else. Why, it must have been Olga Oli who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence for the cheating. That does make some sense. Sorry, but there's a problem with that explanation. Huh? The swapped card was from the wrong deck. Yes, a blue card was stuck into a red hand. Mixing a card for the wrong deck when the backs are different colors. Remember that you are talking about Olga Orly. She was the dealer. Do you really think she would make such a novice mistake? Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake. Give it a little more thought, Apollo. Right. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? Who? Someone else? That won't give you is right. The one who swapped the cards was not Mr. Right, of course. And well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Oli either. What is just suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I would admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point. Yes, I know, but she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of the swapping the wrong card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it will be obvious. Huh, 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 huh. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card was not the defendant, and it was not Miss Orly, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we are about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We will find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped the card in the victim's hand, and that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you are going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card, because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of card were being used. The other mistake was the number of the card. Right. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it was not expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they know was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist. True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person, though it more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? Yeah, flip that hair again. Flip that hair. I believe the judge put through fully earlier. You do make trials. Ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial has proceeded on the central assumption, namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem. Yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I will see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes. Wow. April 20, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Hi. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well, now, I did think you will know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you have not mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice? Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You are wondering about it, victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. There's a picture of my daughter in there. Aw, it's so cute. She's so cute. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Yes, I'm surprised too. Okay, kat dalam Dual Destinies, kita jumpa daughter dia dalam episod kedua. Dan macam aku cakap dalam video sebelum ni, aku dah main Dual Destinies off camera, aku tak rakam. Dan ya, sebab aku macam terlalu keliru dan aku tak nak banyak sangat kejutan. So aku decide untuk main Apollo Justice dulu, baru aku pergi ke Dual Destinies balik. Sebab aku nak semua benda make sense. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did? No, I don't know. I want to know the gossip. Tell me. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest. But it is odd that he managing to undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. And that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like a trial law. Figure out why your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You are kidding! That witness, for instance, Mr. Orley. Miss Orley. Bukan Mr. Okay? Cakap dengan dia. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you too. Onto you. Wow, who is that someone? Your wife? But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I would pick up these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will, soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case, you should know I have not told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it! I have my reasons for, of course, all shall be revealed. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My power? Well, I'm not a willpower. I have no idea my core of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Okay, before kita masuk dekat trial, wait, no. Sebelum kita masuk kat trial, aku nak berhenti rakaman sebab dah lebih seminit. Dah lebih sejam. So aku nak hentikan rakaman. So kalau korang nak tengok lagi, give me like, comment more, and share this video, whatever lah yang boleh membantu aku grow. Okay then, whatever lah. That's all from me. This is me, Aisha, and I'm out.